Hey everyone, Hussein here. Welcome to the next episode of New Player's Guide series, where we have in the last episode introduced fleeting. I was actually supposed to introduce that much sooner, although I felt like it was the best to do that after graduating, because I was able to show more benefits of what it means to be fleeted and how much it helped me in long voyage, for instance. So that was the only episode I wish to show how fleeting was. So some things I did not entirely alone because of that. So I apologize if there was some parts that made it playthrough maybe somewhat less authentic. But it was to show you how fleeting can truly help you. And if you have any friends or someone you play with, be sure always to do that. And I have talked about also about company colony. And we have done also Imperial Contact, which resulted us to unlock east coast of Latin America. You can see the area of the eastern part is no longer grayed out, so we can visit ports here. And they have also their own unique local specialty that I do recommend always to bring goods over there and back whenever you visit those places. And most importantly, how I deal with hunger, and first by keeping fishing and doing also supply conversion, that really helped out. And we also made a lot of profit from the North America specialty alongside with Caribbean, so that was always nice. And yeah, as for today, I'm gonna do more sewing grind, because since we have access to Latin America, there are outpost colonies here that each nation has its own, and we can make there some very good sail masts. And I consider to add shipbuilding also into this episode. Only if we can get this far, however, because it's gonna be challenging. So let's see how far we get with this. We are now currently in a tavern. TeriTeri had some nice drink at the tavern. Yeah, we also have enough to afford quarters at this point, so we could even do that. Are there any quests? Ah yes, there's one, but I decided to abandon it because we're gonna shift already towards sewing. Before we go further, I wanted to address something that I have already explained someone in episode 11 regarding hostile waters and PvP. However, I felt like the explanation was somewhat lackluster because I didn't expect to enter hostile waters this soon, and there are sure later episodes where I bring up more about this topic. However, it's better to summarize everything here right now, so you all as new players are aware what you're supposed to do when you're entering the dangerous waters. The world of Uncharted Waters Online has many sea regions, and then we start with having three kinds of sea regions. You have safe waters, hostile waters, and lawless waters. Here's a chart that I have drawn with some highlights. Almost every sea region within Europe except for Black Sea is marked as green. These waters are safe waters and will always stay like this, where newer players are always safe here from being attacked by other players or other players that wish to be safe from PvP. And then everything outside Europe is hostile waters, essentially more than 80% of all sea regions in the world, where players can attack each other. And there are some hostile waters here that you see that I've marked in yellow, and these are hostile waters that will never change from its state, regardless what kind of play activity happens, because most sea regions in hostile waters can change from either to safe waters or to lawless waters. And you can turn a hostile waters sea area into safe waters if a sufficient amount of player pirates or flagless NPCs has been defeated. And the same can happen the opposite if it can turn into lawless if enough players have been pirated or enough flagships has been being attacked by. In case you're unsure in which waters you are whenever you enter a sea region, you can always check in the compass whenever you're in safe waters, hostile waters, and lawless water by seeing if there is a skull indication. The white score for hostile waters and the red score for being lawless water, and none is safe waters. So in hostile or lawless water, whenever a white player decides to attack another player, and if that player decides to either tribute or if it gets being sunken or plundered, the attacking or white player becomes orange or red, aka a privateer or a pirate, depending if they attack their own flag or not. And you will gain initially 1500 notoriety, which represents pirates points that you gain in PvP in hostile waters. That is always the initial you gain whenever you start attacking and play as a white player or a pirate player. And then over time you will gain more notoriety the more players you attack, and it will start decreasing every day you spend time with sailing, and when it drops to below 1000 you will turn into a white player again. Keep in mind that while piracy is really can be fun to plunder other players' goods and money, etc., it comes with some great cost that you are attackable everywhere, including safe waters, and that you have bounty on your head, and the relationship with your nation becomes worse over time. I will give you just a summary, but to sum it up, well, if your relationship with nation gets worse, from at least Medit, you have to pay a bribe, especially in the capital, and if it turns into a hostile relationship, then you have to pay more bribe, and territory is becoming inaccessible, and when it is on warring status, you cannot even visit the allied ports anymore, and you have a risk of being attacked by NPCs when you try to enter their capital. So overall, I'll put the link in the description regarding piracy. However, think about before you start doing piracy, especially early on, because you first want to unlock all the port permits, etc. before you consider doing this. Whenever a player attacks a player pirate or regardless a PvP or a pirate in hostile waters, lawless or safe waters, they all become blue, aka bounty hunters, and you start with an initial value of 1500 honor points. You can find by the way notoriety and honor points back under your character information left below of your profile. And as for same for piracy, every pirate you sink you will gain about 200 to 300 honor. I'm not sure what the factors are exactly playing into this. I'll put in the notes the more correct value otherwise. While for bounty hunter there is not as much penalty for doing it, the downside is especially that you are no longer safe from repeated attack by pirates. So the same pirate can attack you again if you either lose or win or tribute, etc. But you still get the green flag. However, keep in mind that bounty hunter comes also with some small price you have to pay. I'll come into details more about bounty hunter and piracy, what both benefits are. Right now for this video it is more important for new players that they are aware of the consequences whenever you do PvP in hostile waters, or what to do when you get into PvP. For players, especially new players who decide to avoid PvP in hostile waters, there are several things to know that you are safe in hostile waters under several conditions, which I have shown here under the long text here. So there are many factors when you are not in danger of being pirated. And the first thing that I have mentioned in episode 11 are the level conditions, and for the same fact for number 2 as well, depending on your highest class level versus the potential attacker highest class level. If you're in safe waters, including safe waters outside Europe that are marked in blue, and when storm and blizzard happens, you are not only safe from being attacked by NPCs, but by other players as well. And when the storm ends, you have 1 minute protection lingering on you. How you know this is by seeing your character name on your ship flickering every single time, and that keeps going. When you are in a green zone, at this point you should know by now that your name gets green whenever you are near a port or a landing point. Players cannot attack you at that area, and when a pirate is deemed defeated, they have a skull with a cross with a red line showing up, meaning that they cannot initiate any PvP for a period of time. And the same thing is also when they have done the maximum piracy they can do. However, I'm not certain if this is applied right now as of making this video. The eighth thing is if you have a green flag, which we talk about soon, and you are safe from repeated attacks. So if let's say I'm a pirate that have attacked you, you have either tributed it, escaped the battle, or won against me, I won't be able to attack you again, for instance, for an entire hour. It used to be 24 hours until it was changed to 1 hour. Well, it was probably 30 minutes. However, it can vary, so keep it in mind under the notes that I may put on the video. And finally, the blue flag, which you can usually get from UWC shop, aka cash shop. In the very occasionally events or certain activity, you can get that as well, which protects you from all attacks from NPC and any player pirates. And there are some exceptions like Ganondorf, Apex Seafood that said that it won't work. However, other than that, it's a very foolproof item to be have, the blue flag. So whenever you get attacked in hostile waters or lawless water, a scenario will happen always regardless of the outcome of the battle. Whenever you escape, or whenever you tribute, or whenever you get defeated, or whenever you defeat the pirate, you will have a green flag being provided to you. As a white player and blue players, they will be then protected for a certain amount of minutes in PvP, as you can see in the table here. And by having that, you can have plenty of time to sail to a port or sail to a different sea, or to be sure that you are safe. Especially for white players, you are safe from the same pirate bear to attack you, so you have that advantage as well. And since we are talking just about tributes, let's also get into that. Much like with NPCs, you can also tribute player pirates, and those are called fine tribute goods. You have them in the small, medium, and large size variants. Here you can see the three variants of them, which can be crafted through talisman recipes that you have over the capitals. You need to acquire some storage rank as well as account rank to make them, and they are also quite expensive to make as well. However, in the long run they are very worth it, and you can get the small ones also from Mogul. Depending on the ship size you are sailing or your fleet member, the highest size counts. So for TeriTeri, for instance, who is using a graduation sailboat, which is a standard ship, she will need a fine tribute good medium sized or greater. So this is the recipe where you can make them. And for the tribute goods of budget, for NPCs tributes, you can use that to tribute those fleets whenever you get attacked by NPC. And those become very essential, especially in hostile waters where you need a port permits through imperial contracts. This is where ceasefire agreements becomes ineffective. So it is very important, especially for newer players who have already reached a total level of 50 or class level of 30 plus, especially in trading, because trade level you grind very fast in this game. So it's very important to craft these whenever you can, or obtain them in other methods of means. I will show an alternative to get fine tribute goods of large ships later in the series that you can get. One thing to note, depending on the state of the water, whenever it is hostile, lawless, or safe waters, fine tribute goods cannot be used in safe waters for obvious reason that there is no PvP, with the exception of mock battles where you have nothing to lose. It's more a friendly battle. And you have then the hostile waters where you can tribute player pirates in order to be let go. And in lawless water, fine tribute cannot be used, meaning that you have to find a way to escape the battle or avoid the battle being pirated at all cost. And for player pirates in safe and hostile waters, if you get defeated, you are unable to initiate another PvP for 10 minutes or 30 minutes if you are unable to pay the bounty. This penalty is shortened if you are in the lawless water as a player pirate. However, keep in mind that as a player pirate, you will lose more notoriety per day sailing when you do this in lawless water. Probably they did this to discourage pirates to stay too long in lawless water unless they find many players there to hunt on. Here's a summary of the kind of players you see in the game. There is also a green player, which is a part of the agent from Commission, which is another different topic to talk about much later. However, it is not the core within the hostile waters activities. Now let's go to the tips of how to avoid being pirated or to increase your odds of not getting engaged in PvP. The first thing you can do is to use the search option for the community button, which I have shown you in several episodes ago, where you can find every single player under the same area as yours, as you can see here in the picture as an example. You can tell whenever a player is a PvP or a pirate by orange or red, and whenever you see one, you know then what precaution you have to take. Then the second tip is by going on private mode, by going to set status and then select allow friends or block all, and you will have a pie symbol on your flag, which means that your character is in private mode. What makes it good is that you won't appear under the search radar anymore, which I've mentioned in the first tip. So pirates can not longer use that tool to track you down if you're in the same sea area as them, increasing the chance to avoid them in dangerous waters. Whenever you have access to a maritime mediated port, be sure to check out a recent bounty or pirate activity that is going on in certain waters. It will give you the recent activities that happen, so you can plan ahead which routes to take as a new player especially. You can also use a reward poster here. They are quite expensive, so only do it if you have more money. This one allows you to track down the pirate that which is this outlaw in the bounty record. Every time he or she is online, you are able to track down by using the poster consumable once to see where they are, so you can plan ahead to avoid that specific pirate. What you can also do when you set sail, let's say you want to go from Seville to India for instance, is by cutting off corners, essentially open sea sailing, aka offshore sailing that they call it, where you avoid sailing near the coastlines when taking the route. This is a longer route obviously, as you can see on the chart example here, the green route we take. It is however much safer, and it is very unlikely you will see any player pirate passing by here, as they believe also that they are less likely to find any players sail passing there. It's not guaranteed, although a very high chance to avoid it. If there is a situation where you are in a port where the player pirate is either camping outside, or if you see a pirate chasing you and is fast and you decide to port, be sure to take that chance whenever you can, and go in private mode if necessary in a port to think that the pirate will think that you have logged out. Then by waiting for a while, the pirate will leave at some point or log out themselves. You can also choose, if you have no trade goods carrying with you, you can use a tow logout function that allows you to log out from a port, where your aid helps you to navigate to the next port you will end up logging in whenever you logging back. What to do if you get engaged by a player pirate in the ring? There are several things you can do by using either emergency acceleration or what I normally not recommend, escape skill. However, if a player pirate decides to shoot you while you have an escape skill, they may end up sinking you, and if they sink you, they cannot plunder you anymore. As they say, it's better to die by cannon fire than being plundered in melee battle. Having a friend or alter in case you're a fleet, that if there's any fleet member that has, for instance, a good amount of crew, make sure that he or she engages the player pirate in melee battle while they buy precious time for you to escape the ring. And the third thing you can do is by using bow or stand cannons. If you manage to get a crit shot at a pirate that is following you from behind with a stand cannon, if they get a crit on the face, they are likely to slow down, allowing you to save some precious seconds to escape the ring. Speaking of slowing down, heavy bombing and moored mines are your best friend. Both ship skills, if you have a normal shotgun, heavy bombing active skill can slow them down. And moored mines, if they get hit by a mine, it's like a tire gets hit by a nail, unable to move for a while. Use NPC reinforcement as when possible, like Navy dispatch requests or the letter of appreciation, which you have witnessed me using in the series, which can increase drastically the odds of escaping. If there's almost no other option, when you have to find tribute goods, be sure to use them and always sail with less money, because keep in mind half your tickets will be given to the player pirates alongside with your fleet members. They have to give it as well. Always remember that you do not have to sink the pirate when doing the sea battle against them if you get attacked. If you escape the ring, you have essentially won the PvP because the pirate has failed to catch their prey. The same applies for pirates if they get caught by a bounty hunter. If they escape, it is technically their victory. So do not feel sad if you just can only escape the battle. This is a kind of hunting game after all, so always think objectively, what is your objective in these kind of PvP? So, to summarize this entire guidance and guarding hostile waters, keep your levels as low as you can whenever exploring, so that you are safe from being attacked by other players for a longer time, which you will see me doing it. However, for traders, players that are taking the trading route, your trade levels will inevitably reach to the point that any pirate can attack you. Therefore, be sure to have find tributes already being crafted that you can do or obtain by any means, and bring some tribute goods of budget to protect yourself from some NPC attacks, especially in choke points such as the Red Sea or Southeast Asia, etc. I really hope this highlight will help most of you out. I'm terrible sorry if things came pretty lackluster regarding this topic, especially from episode 11. There will be some tips that I will repeat in the late episode. However, I wanted to be sure that I have brought important basics, especially for newer players, what to do if you're in hostile waters at the point when your levels are high enough of being attackable. So let's continue with the rest of this episode, ladies and gentlemen. It is a good timing that I brought up this hostile waters topics, because at the end of this episode you will see that the TeriTeri will reach a total level beyond 50. So she will become attackable from this episode. Oh yeah, wait, let's get I'm gonna grab the staff as well as this equipment. We're gonna need both of these soon. Oh yeah, we have also Shipwreck. We may do that as well later on. Ooh, nice discount. I take it. Ah yes, I have the title still. what I'm gonna do is get more Hanseatic leak seals. Because these items are very helpful. You're gonna make sure to get some more vigour food. I hope they have more apple pie. Now we're gonna go to Oslo. Ooh, I hope this will be enough. Whoa, we are almost in the same phase. I think the ship is somewhat faster than me. Yes, if we will load. Race cancelled! Forgot to turn on caution. And we arrive in Oslo. Oh, selling price aren't that bad here. Sweet, that's a great profit margin. Now fabrics went to rank up too. Nice, nice, nice. Now I feel sober at least. Now because we have purchase order category, we can actually stock up more wools. It's something we're gonna do. Okay, I'll need only one time use. Almost rank 6, just a little more. Ah, my friend Stinker is being mentioned. Now 300 proficiency left. Yahoo! Rank 6! Let's go! Oh, there's also a copy here. Let's go here. Wow, so many folklores. Time to head back to Amsterdam. Home sweet home. Nice, some decent profit. Yeah, let's make sure to get some fabrics. Oh, I'm surprised to see astronomy already showing up. Maybe the Guild Blight quest shows up at the square. I find it kind of strange, like we had Guild Blight quests more frequently showing, but the moment you need it, it doesn't show up. Son of a gun game. Oh my lord. Maybe because of our high fame that high level quests takes priority over job quests. Yeah, no chance. Let's not waste too much resources. I'm already getting low of the mediation permits. Or we can get plenty of it with cultural contribution, but I prefer to stay out from that. Ooh, this one is very good actually. I definitely may get this one. I got it. To Calais. Nice, Palmel level up. We have Indian language, means we can speak Indian without any problem. Now we go to Paris. Oh yeah, wait. Mind. And let's place our ornament. Nice. Never mind. We're gonna go to one place where we can get where we can get the broom. No, I'm not gonna go for living tools. Let's go to see if we can get the broom weapon. Now it's time to get our survival skill, which is another essential skill that will help us out during the voyage, especially during the storm and the hunger first. Okay, we got survival skill. And now we... Ooh, not the best side price here, holy shit. On our way to the landing point. So I suppose this landing point here should give some room. Bamboo. Now in landing, we're gonna do some search skill in one of the landing marks. And most of the time when you do search collection or procurement, you sometimes tend to get some junk items that you don't need for your goods. And to dump cargo, you can select the auto training gun and you can see the following items will be automatically thrown away. So sand, common grass, etc. These won't count. If you collect it, they will be automatically discarded. Mammal bones. So we're gonna use search skill. And this can take a very long time to get. So the search skill collection and procurement can be continuously used. And for collection you can collect some resources, materials that you may need. Procurement, you mostly get some food, some ingredients for cooking and storage, etc. to use. So, and for search, you can find some cool equipments. And the one that I'm looking for is a bamboo boom, which boosts my sewing skill. That is if you are lucky. So you're gonna see how long it's gonna take to get one. Ah, we received some adventure notes. Okay, we have almost some inventory. These are the ones that I don't need. I need a bamboo boom. So make sure to drop items further away from the landing mark, because if I drop it too close where I'm actually doing, I end up finding my own dropped items, and then the search will be interrupted. So you do not want to have that happening. Oh, this one isn't so bad. Now I may save it. We still do not get what we want, and it's been almost half an hour. It can be very tedious. Now our search rank went just to rank 3. I hope we can find Broom. I'm now just pausing the recording in overtime because this is so long, time consuming and wastes too much of my video space. We'll forward until we get the Broom. Alright, so we are not lucky to get what we want. I have to splice the video in a way. I have to cut a lot of part of the scene here because so much time is wasted. But as you can see, if you are looking for a specific item at search, expect how long it can take. You're gonna get some figure food from Antons. Time to get some figure food. We have used quite a lot while searching for the Broom with no luck avail still. Now let's get some figure food from Tavern. I don't think they have a clerk here, do they? Otherwise you have to check the ones in Istanbul. Yeah, fortunately there are the keys for it. Oh, they do have a clerk. Nice. I wonder if the house, if a ceasefire agreement can be purchased here. Because getting to Black Sea without ceasefire is a bit too risky. Oh, nice timing. I happen to need to go to Istanbul, so it makes it way more convenient. Okay, I've stored a lot of ducats in case I end up being plundered. Everything else can be insurance. I really expected them to get me, but I guess not. Are you kidding me? So we had to talk with the GM. Guess I'm gonna take a quest here then. Cyber language, but that... There goes my chance. I absolutely hate when there's a quest that if there's a race, you usually have all the information, but sometimes they don't, you have to talk. Oh, I freaking hate that. Be sure to pay attention for that in case you do not want to So, on our way to Famagusta. Famagusta, where I used to farm a lot of berries outside here to make food for myself. Now, Beirut is a port famous for selling Damascus sword. And it has a lot of wear products and known to sell steel as well. I'm gonna invest here. See if Damascus sword will show up. Wow, very low quantity. And now we have the rest of Europe at least. Now, time to report our thesis and then get another one. Now one of my company members found. Now back to landing, see if we can get that bamboo finally. Or not. Alright, we're gonna attempt again. We have more figure food, so let's hope we get it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, he finally got it, as you can see on the chat, bamboo in a collect item. It took about an hour or longer to get this. So my piece of advice for anyone that wants to get a specific collector item. It can be very tedious to get, so my advice is, in case you want to do it whenever you have nothing else to do, for instance, otherwise it will be very frustrating. Ooh, looks pretty nice. Now, while we head back, let's do the shipwreck as well. It's gonna take a while before it arrives, so let's set sail there. Going low, let's say this fatigue a bit, and maybe cover my vigour. Alright, the shipwreck should be in the next in Strait of Gibraltar. Okay, you can see the game message says it's sunken in this water. Oh! Okay, one thing to say. Yeah, the shipwreck is around the place where I am apparently. If you have 8 on lookout, the 8 can assist you to let you know when you're near shipwreck or not. And this is by the way another benefit for having a fleet, because if you have a fleet member following you, you get also an extra hint which of your fleet members or you are close to the wreck. Keep in mind the costs in the shipwreck that you see can be given away inaccurately, so the location of the shipwreck can deviate from that. There we go. Now you see a progress bar showing up. Each time an attempt is going to be made with racing. If it succeeds, your ship loses a little durability in exchange that the shipwreck surface progress increases. If it fails, you may lose some sailors as well as durability, so keep in mind to have enough crew. Now we have a shipwreck we can haul. You can check on the shipwreck also. It's called Nameless Sunken Ship. So it has nothing special ongoing. So what you want to do is you want to bring the shipwreck as soon as possible to the next port. We don't have hull skill, so without hull skill you have some speed penalty. The issues. So keep in mind that to make sure that you go port as soon as you can before the hull breaks. If it starts to break, your 8 starts to warn you about it, and your 8, when that happens, make sure to anchor your ship, and after you do that, you can. When the message says that the rope is fixed, you can carry on. Now we stop in Malaga, for instance. Now we can choose to search the shipwreck here, but you can do it in any port. You don't. The shipwreck will no longer carry with you, so from this point you can set sail freely, but we can just go inside. And that is how Shipwreck looks like. Oh, not bad. That's a lot of wine vinegar. Didn't saw that chop skill coming, did you? Oh, we use still bamboo. It's kind of very funny that bamboo is considered a sword. Well, it's a wooden stick, not even nothing sharp about it. Yeah, wait, you can actually sell the wine vinegar here. Oh, saffron is too expensive. Never mind. Let's go to Seville and then we're gonna go to Caribbean. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna see if we can increase the friendship of the barmaid further. And see if we can receive a gift from her or not. Okay, that can also happen. That you can get drunk. There is a certain job crush you can take, actually. Haha, there we go. Oh wait, but we have to sail back in 18 days. Forgot I cannot do that then. Because if I do, then I cannot get a job card in Caribbean. On my way to Santo Domingo. This is sure a long term with the headwind. Once we can do shipbuilding, I will show you how you can improve your ship so it can save more time with sailing at the end. So we have arrived at Santo Domingo. Let's see if how much each sells. Oh, Lao is considered a rare trade good here. So I can make sure to record like this. So I can put it under my database. I have to say the selling prices are pretty good here. Like dang. Oh, they have here hemp fabric too. Nice. I think I will go to Willemstad to check something out there. But we're gonna camp a bit on Santo Domingo to wait for a Shipwright Job card. Okay, Alonso did manage to pass in. As you can see on the chats, it took a very long time before it appears, but we have finally got it. The Shipwright Job. Now we can carry on with our voyage. Okay, now we have not enough combat capability to help that NPC out. We have to grind our battle at some point, but we need more skill slots. Now we are at Willemstad. It is one of the outposts. Each port has an outpost of their own nation, and it is also a called colony port, which is something we will bring up later on regarding that matter. And Dock Manager is something very important that you can check, but we probably need more. Okay, I figured we need Patriot Awards for that, so that's what I'm trying to say. Make sure to save the Patriot Awards so you can get the dock available for yourself. It's basically a storage where you can store one ship at a time, so you have basically an extra ship slot that you can save aside from the inventory. I'm gonna do another long voyage. I am curious though. Yeah, I have almost no inventory space. Let's check if we can store something in the cool waters. Alright, nothing else to store. You have at least some space. All spices are very valuable. 100% recommend to get it. It's an East Coast Latin America specialty. Yeah, Colony Port is doing just fine. It's in the central capital. Ah, gold does appear, but at a very expensive price. So let's explore the rest of Caribbean and sell our goods. And then for the next episode we can do some shipwright stuff if we have some more money, of course. Oh, there's another phenomena, but something we cannot do yet. As you can see, the NPCs outside Europe are much stronger. So be aware not to get too close to them. Some are very aggressive, as you have seen in the African ports. Oh, something valuable. Let's make sure to have some space. Oh my lord. Ladies and gentlemen, we have one of the most ultimate jackpot by far. That is why Flotsam Search can be so handy. Like, this player has dropped Miansu Neon Hua. That is one of the best trade goods in the server from East Asia. Like, I'm gonna lie, that is why always make sure to search for something if you see something valuable being dropped. I just cannot fathom. Just wow. Why on earth would someone drop that? I just can't get it. Santo Domingo. You can see here some NPC consoles. You'll come back here actually later, one day, because here there are employee contacts you can take from here. Yeah, you cannot take any goods. So that is the English outpost of the current game, man. Let's see what they have for sale. Oh, they do have the koala, but a little bit pricey. I may get more tequila at Havana. Alright, let's purchase it from here. Get back to Europe to make a very large profit. Yeah, not much else we can bring. Alright, we can head back to Europe. I will be signing for the most of the voyage because the recording will be very long otherwise, so I can speed up the recording when editing. Oh yes, before I focus on sailing, we have received Master Craftsman's carpentry tools. I forgot to mention on the shipwreck that we received. I honestly did not expect to receive these from the start, like these are very valuable. These are special tools unlike the normal tool. This one repairs 100 durability, but it cannot be used in sea battle. But it can use to cover the maximum durability of the ship, so as you can see, the maximum durability is recovering. I have lost some durability during the Africa sea battle where the Sambuk took a devastating hit. Now it's fully recovered to its original value. You can craft those through casting, and so for those who have started casting, you can actually sell, when you have a high rank in casting, you can sell these, and there's also a legendary version of this that repairs plus 5 durability each, and you can sell them at 300 to 500k each at least, as of the current price value that I'm recording here, the video, so casters, get your chance for that. I trust you too, Pamela-chan. Let's get back safely. Yahoo! I didn't saw it coming. Guess I'm too sleepy. Nice string came into perfect timing. Home sweet home, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are. Now first things first, we're gonna change our job into the trade, because I just cannot believe it that we found this job by someone. I know we will have a good profit when we did the Caribbean alone, but to think that an East Asia trade good will be dropped over there, it's mind-blowing. You will see how much those Mians you can sell, so let's see the price of it. And as well as the tequila and the spices. Silver is not bad, gold is not so bad. Wow, not the best price. Time to use a special trick. Okay, Helder is an overall better. Yeah, the price they are definitely better. 7.8 million at least, jeez. Whoa. Bruh. Two 23,000 trade XP. Are you? Oh my lord. And yeah, we reached total level beyond 50. 51 total level to be exact, so we are now attackable in hostile waters, so we have to keep in mind for that. Which is another experiment I was thinking to do. Ay, ay, ay. And our aid has also gone up a lot. We take a screenshot. That local specialty combo really pulled it off. Like seriously. Let me see. Yeah. We had reached beyond the cap to gain trade experience, and I feel like our aid went through the same thing. Yeah, even she has an trade level beyond the cap. And as you can see, because adventure trade level are both 8+, storekeeper trade has been revealed. And as more levels are getting gained, more of these traits will be revealed soon, which we will then talk about later. But that is it for the video, ladies and gentlemen. It was a very long one as usual, especially searching for the Broom. It was, by the way, a very pain in the arse too. Sorry if I ended up some parts where I filled it probably by now, because sometimes the game can really turn it back against you during your voyage, so frustration factors are part of it. So we covered mostly about grinding Sui, efficiently, the benefits of purchase order categories with it, as well as putting our item into the museum. Unlucky with the procuring job quests. Got the Broom finally after an hour search. Got the Shipwright Job card, which we will probably do at the next episode if possible. And we can also unlock quarters, which we will cover later. The Beyonce was just a freaking great fortune. We have over 10 million ducats. That's just not normal. Who knows, one of you could find with valuable trade goods. When you are outside Europe and your sales are saying something valuable is dropped, do not ignore. Use a recognition skill. That's why I say those skills are essential to have. Recognition search especially. Anyways, hope you all enjoyed this episode. It was a very long trip, but it was a very good one, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great day. Cheers!